What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else is cool.
Chunky! I didn't even say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
Oh, what's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. Hopefully you didn't do anything dumb. I didn't see any of you in court, so I think we're safe. Anyways, you guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Let's watch some court. I've got some clips. I've got a guest tonight. And it's a very, very special guest, very dear to me. And it also happens to be your birthday. Happy birthday! You're muted.
I know. I forgot, and I was trying to.
Happy birthday.
To me. Thanks.
So, how does it feel to be 25?
You know, after 14 consecutive years of being 25, I think I've nailed it. I think I really have nailed what it's like to be a 25-year-old.
You're really good at being 25.
I'm amazing at being 25.
You know, once you find something you're good at, just stick with it, right?
Yeah, like lobster boils. I had a lobster boil last night with my family. It was awesome. I want another one right now. I got home today from my weekend away, and now I'm here with everybody.
So what exactly is a lobster boil for the people that don't know?
You boil a bunch of lobster and then you eat it. You basically lay it all out on a bunch of newspaper and you crack it open and eat it with some garlic butter. It's delicious. So my family, where I grew up, lives close to the water and lives right across from the wharf where the lobster fishermen come in. So you literally go down to the wharf and they boil the lobster right there with the seawater. And so it's literally off the boat that day, fresh as can be. And it's so good. And those of you who don't know, Nova Scotia is known for lobster. That's like our thing. So.
And she's not paying $30 a lobster tail in Nova Scotia. So.
No, my uncle's also a lobster fisherman. So my parents usually get a dozen for free every season. But I think my parents paid like $100 for a dozen lobsters last night. So. Yeah. That's $100 Canadian. So Colin can do the math on that one. It's like $5 American.
It's actually like 12, but yeah.
I see everyone saying hi and happy birthday in the chat. I have a hard time doing both, but thanks, guys. Technically, I'm supposed to be in Ohio with Colin right now, but things changed. I'm a broke ass bitch, so couldn't afford to go visit him. So yeah. Who is that guy you have together? I don't know. He's just some fanboy. He follows me around, so I thought I'd throw him a bone and let him come and hang out.
That is not a sign or a, we're not recommending go follow people
No.
in hope to get on their show. Don't do that. But yes, I just when we first met, I just bothered her nonstop until she gave me attention. It worked.
And that's not a lie at all. I kind of ignored him when he first messaged me. So
we also met on a video game, and I thought I was cool when I wasn't. I made maps. I was the clanmate in your RPG that made the maps for the dungeons. So that was me, and I made them on Microsoft Paint. So I was so good at it too.
Also, and then when we actually started like back and forth, I'd be like, hey, can you move this dot over by 0.5 millimeter? And you'd be like, okay. And you'd do exactly what I'd ask. And yeah.
I mean, I would tell you were wrong.
Who are
like,
here
the boss doesn't sit there. You're wrong, but I'll move it there for you.
I know, because I didn't know mechanics. Those are for the people who don't know Colin and I's story that we've talked about forever. But yes, we met on a video game.
We did.
Well, Colin, would you like to watch some court?
I would love to watch some court. Would you like to watch some court?
I would love to. How about all of you guys? Would you guys like to watch some court with us tonight?
Well, let's watch some court. I've got
Put a one in the chat if you want to watch some court.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You know how
There's lots of
Skeptic came in the other night. He's like, I know some people don't like it. It's like, yeah, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's weird. It's kind of tacky. He does it all the time, and now I think he does it just to pester me.
The ones.
I know all the
Actually,
ones.
there is still a happy birthday cake emote, so you guys should be spamming that in the chat, not the ones.
Spam the happy birthday. That's better. But you have to be a member for that emote though.
Well, if you're not a member, better go click that button and become a member. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Also, did you guys like the video? Because don't make me come for you. Make sure you like the video.
We haven't even watched the video yet.
Well, the stream. We're here. We're entertaining.
Oh yeah. So let's just go.
Well, let's go.
You want to do my intro?
I kind of screwed your intro up already because I just kind of jumbled everything together. So,
can you do it?
If
you can't, I don't want to.
Excuse you, I can do it. So wait, hold on.
Before I hit that play button,
I got it.
I was just giving you the start.
Before Colin hits that play button, you know what to do. Do your jump kicks, do your backflips, hit the like and subscribe, and let's go.
Let's go. We actually have. I have to shout out Legal Fiction before we go. Legal Fiction took that as a challenge. Legal Fiction, very generous of you. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted memberships. Now there's 20 more people that can spam the happy birthday emote. Happy birthday, Heather!
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you, Legal Fiction. I appreciate it. All right, I have a really good show tonight. We're watching court. We're gonna start with. We just went over the video. I just showed you the video. Who are we starting with? Do you remember?
The traffic people.
Thank you. Yes. That's. You know what? I don't need to explain it any better than that. We're going to start with the traffic people.
You're welcome.
Mr. Thomas.
Start with the traffic people.
In my defense, that's how you described it to me.
I just have to close the door, Your Honor.
This is 25 BE 01695. The ticket was issued on the 6th of April at about 1:57 in the morning. In the area of Berkeley near Woodward and 12 Mile Road, you were cited for speeding. The ticket was issued 63 and a 45. The options you have this morning are three. You can admit responsibility, deny responsibility, or admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
I would like to admit responsibility with an explanation.
What is the explanation, please?
Your Honor, I have been a part of coming to Royal Oak for, since Barnes and Noble was on Main Street. Coming there to do my graduate studies. Actually, went to Michigan State. As a result, I got accepted into the French program. I received my bachelor degree in French studies as well as international relations, and I joined.
And for everyone that doesn't know what's going on, we don't either. This has nothing to do with the case. He just, he's writing his autobiography right now on the record. That way he can just order it from the clerk of courts and they'll send it to him so he doesn't have to actually type it up.
The location of Barnes & Noble is really important, I feel.
It was. It was in, Barnes & Noble's important.
The United States Peace Corps, did my tenure in West Africa, and come back to the United States here. And I can tell you, Your Honor, I just, coming to Royal Oak for such a long time, never heard of the city of Berkeley. And so I was coming from.
Let's talk about Woodward Avenue on the 6th day of April at about 1:57 in the morning.
Correct. So I was I feel like, the officer used kind of a bully tactic, Your Honor. Like I said, I was coming from Berkeley. I was driving on one lane, one road. I noticed my car is a very old, it's kind of an old car. It's over 20 years old, no tinted windows. I noticed a very bright light as if it tailgated. And so my response to that. I said, well, I don't want, because I was lost. I was coming from South Freeway. I was kind of bewildered. I'm not really knowing the situation, or not knowing exactly where I was at. I was using the GPS and I was trying to figure out, why can't I get on the freeway? And so there was a car behind me that I was driving, that was in my tail. I was being tailgated with bright lights. So I did kind of speed up, because I knew I was in the area that I was unfamiliar with. I sped up, just to get, I didn't want to be a nuisance to the driver behind me, not knowing that was the police officer. I did ask the police officer, hey man, when I was, pulled over, I didn't realize, to be honest with you, I still didn't know where I was at when I got pulled over, because it was very dark. And it wasn't until I looked over and recognized the restaurant, OWL, to realize, okay, I know where I'm at. And, before that, I was asking the officer, hey man, I was just on my GPS, I'm lost. And he didn't seem to care about that. And
why would he care about that if you're driving 63 miles an hour in a 45 zone?
Because, like I said, I was trying to speed. I sped up only because someone was behind me, and
you're blaming the officer who was measuring your speed with making you drive 18 miles an hour faster than the speed limit.
Correct. And so, like I said, I didn't know.
This is correct. That's great.
No, it's not. I'm not trying to blame the officer. It's what I'm saying is, I didn't know where I was at. I was being tailgated. From my peripheral vision, I was being tailgated with bright.
I actually got pulled over for this before. Something
for driving too slow.
No.
But did you get pulled over for driving too slow?
No, it wasn't for driving too slow. But that was a good joke. I appreciate that. No, when I think I was 17. It was right after I got my license. I would the movie Ali came out, and I went to see it in the theater with a bunch of my friends, and we were driving home. It was like midnight because it was like a 3-hour-long movie. So we were driving home, and a car came behind me on the highway, really close to me, and the lights were bright. And I know my rear view mirror is automatic now, but you used to have to flip the mirror. So when a car, you could like flip it so like the lights wouldn't blind you. So I reached up and I did that, and I guess I kind of swerved a little bit when I did it, and the officer instantly pulled me over. And he just gave me a warning for it, but he took me out of the car. He's like, "Can you please step out of the car?" Takes me to the back, the back of my car, where we're sitting outside on the side of the highway. I explained to him what happened. It was like, I didn't know you were an officer, but your lights were bright. You came right up on my tail, and I reached up to hit the mirror, and that split second, I just veered a little bit. So he thought I was drunk. He probably saw, it was a car full of kids. I say 17. And he's like, that gave him probable cause to pull me over. It was like, what are you doing? Like, your bright lights were on me. I wasn't speeding, but he gave me a warning and let me go. But that it happens. So I understand it, but not speed. I didn't speed. I just swerved a little bit because I was flipping my mirror. But yeah, you don't speed away from that.
And I don't know if anybody else does this, but if somebody's tailgating me, I'll admit, I don't typically, I'm not like Colin. I'm not grandpa speed. I typically go a couple of kilometers, well, in your guys' case, miles, but in the rest of the world, kilometers over the speed limit. And if somebody's tailgating me, I do my very best to drive the speed limit or just slightly below. Because if you're going to tailgate me, then I'm going to take my sweet old time because I'm never in a rush. Officer or not. But this guy's literally giving us his life story. And he's like, I did speed because somebody was tailgating me. That was the officer with bright lights. Yeah.
The wee-wees. Wee. I think we're getting a big raid.
Well, hi, beginners. Bigginites.
Your birthday twin's here.
Hi, twin. Happy birthday.
It is
I heard
Mark
it was your
Baggett's birthday as well. Yeah. Mark, happy birthday. I know I said happy birthday to you yesterday, but it wasn't your birthday yesterday, so I'm saying happy birthday to you today. Birthday
There's the official Biggin right. Welcome, Bigginers, Bigginites, Biggin people. I don't know what you guys call yourselves, but
I don't
I'm
know.
just
I
gonna
don't
start
care what
calling
you
it.
call them. Just don't call them late for dinner.
Well, they're.
Ah.
Oh, I was gonna say they're late for the party, but they're technically not late for the party because the party over there ended, and now this is the after party.
Yes. Biggin, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I appreciate it. It is Heather's birthday today, and she's joining me on stream. For those of you that don't know, Heather is the first lady of the channel, which means she's in charge. I just do what she says. So, Heather, thank you for joining me tonight, or thank you for allowing me to stream tonight with you hanging out.
It is my pleasure. There's nowhere else I want to be. Well, actually, I'd rather be in Ohio with you, but this is the next best thing.
I was waiting. I didn't know where you were going with that, but yeah. All right. Let's continue. Biggin Raiders, you're not really missing anything. This guy just gave us his entire life story when he was asked, why were you speeding? So he gave us the demographic of the city, the historical layout. He gave us some landmarks, gave up his entire autobiography, and then the magistrate just said, so why were you speeding? He's like, oh, yeah, that part. That's where we're at. Okay, let's go.
Wait,
Biggin, thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who just came in and are saying happy birthday. I appreciate you. All right, let's go.
Say happy birthday to Mark too. It's Mark's birthday. Haley. Oh, Holly. I said Haley. Holly from Texas. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you, Laura.
Her name's. Oh, you were talking to someone.
I was talking to someone else.
I was like,
I'm having a different conversation. You keep going.
I can't always read, and words are hard for me. But that doesn't say Laura on the screen. But okay, I get it now.
Lights. I'm just trying to make distance between myself and the car behind me, and I have a clean driving record. And I was just trying to figure out where I was at, and the police officer did not tell me. I didn't realize that the freeway was blocked, or there was 696 is no longer operable during that date and time. And so I do apologize, I wasn't trying to, be a nuisance or anything like that to the community or try to speed through the community. I was really just trying to get home and, start my day, start my next day. So I do apologize. Like I said, I do hold some accountability, and that's why I'm just, giving you, my explanation.
Okay, the bottom line is that civil infractions have no intent to do evil as an element. Civil infractions are mistakes. The speed limit on Woodward Avenue is 45 miles an hour. The speed at which your vehicle was measured was 63 miles an hour. You described them in the circumstances are you weren't sure where you were going. You were kind of lost, although you had GPS. GPS also tells you the speed limit on the road as well as the speed at which your vehicle is moving. And yet with all those cues, you didn't know where you were for sure. And then you blame the officer for putting his lights on in the back of your car for making you speed. You rightly admit responsibility, and the fine is $200. You can pay it online or by mail, or you can pay it at the courthouse counter.
May I also, if I do have to pay it, may I ask that it does not, include points? I do have a clean driver's record, and I would like.
Points don't come from the court. Points come from the Michigan Secretary of State. Court, I can't make the points change for any particular infraction. A 5 over ticket's going to get the same number of points no matter where it is, or 18 over is going to get the same number of points wherever that comes from in the state. The court has nothing to do with the points. That's a creature of the Secretary of State, solely and exclusively within the control of the Michigan Secretary of State.
And how many points are we looking at? Am I looking
That's
at?
between you and the Secretary of State, sir.
So it can be 0 points is what I'm saying? Because
it's not 0.
So so that's what I'm asking, if you can, be courteous enough so I can, at least, pay the fine and I can drop the points.
We have to be courteous and say that what happened to you on the street didn't happen. We have to be courteous and say that your violation of law not going to work. We're done.
Not gonna work. We're gonna be courteous. Nope.
He
Nope.
he hung up on him.
Oh yeah, the Magistrate Chisholm loves hanging up on people. It's his favorite thing to do. He's just like, no, your hearing's over. Click, gone, bye.
Man, to have that kind of power to just be like, yeah, I'm done with your. I don't need your lifetime story. Bye bye. Pay your ticket.
Bye bye.
Oh, thanks, Phil.
Oh Phil. Oh Phil. Needs for coffee. Needs for coffee. Wow.
Need coffee?
Yeah.
I got you. I'll pick up where you drop it. It's cool.
I added letters and an extra word into this. Need coffee. Thank you so much for the 4 months. I appreciate it. Michelle, thank you so much. Happy birthday, Heather. Happy birthday, Heather. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And Phil with very generous super chat. Thank you so much. Strings for the birthday girl.
Thank you.
And a girl named Joe. Happy birthday, Heather.
Oh, thanks, Gemmy Twin. I was finding out who else was Geminis in the chat.
And Muse becoming a new member. I'm gonna guess that's a glitch, and we're gonna see how many months Muse has been a member here shortly. But Muse, thank you so much. All right.
And there's one more that just popped up.
Yep, Sandy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome.
Thank you for sharing the love. Don't forget, Mondays are members only Mondays, so exclusive content only for members, and now you get emotes.
Heather.
Ah.
And
sorry, I'm like trying to read. Sorry, I'm all over the
sorry.
place. I'm a terrible streamer. It's fine.
You're not. People love you. See, Sparkle Poots. Heather treats next time she visits. Heather gets all the treats when she visits. But thank you so much, Sparkle Poots. I do appreciate it. All right,
you, Pootie.
Sparkle Poots. Okay. We got one more. What'd you call it? The traffic? No. What'd you call it? When we started.
The traffic people.
Traffic people. Yeah, traffic people.
Yeah.
We've got one more traffic person, and then we're gonna move on.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning. This is 25 BE02008. This is a speeding ticket that was issued on the 20th of April.
Jonathan, I am sorry I missed your troll. Were you telling me that I was muted when I wasn't? Is that the troll you're talking about? I don't know. All I hear is that, okay, you were trying to say you couldn't hear me. I see. Yeah, no, I missed it. I apologize. All I'm going to say is if you're going to troll, do better. You can't troll a troll. Just saying. You can't. Ask all the people that are in my comment section over the last week trying to tell me I have stolen content. Go ask them what it's like to troll a troll. It doesn't work out too well for them. But Jonathan, I anticipate reading the next attempt. It is really good to see you though, Jonathan. It is. I had to end that on a nice note because I like Jonathan.
I like Jonathan.
Okay, let's go.
About 10 o'clock in the evening, Woodward near 12 Mile in Berkeley. You were cited 65 and a 45. You can admit responsibility, you can deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
So can I explain what happened?
The 3 choices you have are you can admit responsibility, you can deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation.
Admit responsibility with explanation.
What is that, please?
So we were driving on Woodward and there was this car next to me. I don't know what kind of car it was. And he originally went to go pull over them. And then he said he didn't stop. So he just came after me. And I definitely was speeding, but I don't think I was speeding that fast.
So you're admitting responsibility for something you didn't do.
Well, I mean, I was going fast. I was speeding.
You were cited for driving 65 in a 45. Were you driving 65 in a 45 or not?
No, I wasn't driving 65.
Raise your right hands, please.
1 year membership milestones always get a pause instantly. Brett, thank you so much for the 12 months. That is awesome. Your 12 months is on Heather's birthday. You guys celebrate the same anniversary. Brett, that is awesome. Thank you so much. I do appreciate
We
it.
share a special day. Also, Mole in the hole, behave yourself. I see your comments.
I saw it too.
And also, I love that she's like, to talk about the video, I love that she's like, well, like, I was only speeding a little bit. Oh, okay. So that makes it okay because you were speeding just a little bit. So I'm just a little bit guilty. I just thought it was funny.
And Magistrate Chisholm instantly just went, "Okay, you're not accepting responsibility. Raise your right hands. We're doing a hearing on this now." That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign because before the hearing, the officer could potentially drop lower the ticket. But when you're not admitting to what you're saying you're admitting to, no, that means you're gonna get face value on the ticket. So already stepping up to the plate. Good. OG Just Jill. Thank you so much for another 12 months, another anniversary shared with Heather. Thank you so much, Jill. I appreciate it.
Are you vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
No, you're not. You're laying down. I don't think you understand what vertical and horizontal means. You are laying down.
The H for horizontal.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth.
I do.
Ms.
I
Mazinski,
do.
are you going to take the oath?
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
The officer will testify first, please.
Your Honor, on April 20th at 10:02 p.m., I was southbound on Woodward, directly behind a black Jeep Grand Cherokee and a silver sedan that were side by side, rapidly accelerating in a drag racing manner. I had obtained front moving same direction radar reading of the vehicles at 72 miles an hour in the posted 45 mile an hour zone. I had attempted to stop both vehicles. One fled and the Cherokee had yielded to the right and stopped. I am certified to operate my radar device, and it was checked before and after shift with no problems.
Ms. Mazinski?
So I remember exactly what he's talking about. We were driving down, but my car, it's just a regular 2019 Jeep Cherokee, so it's not like loud. Like I can't like really rev it or accelerate it. It doesn't really make any noise because it's just a regular Jeep. So, but I know I was going a little fast, but I don't think I ever went up to 65 or 75, whatever you guys said it was.
We guys didn't say anything.
The
Police officer
officer.
testified under oath.
Okay, sorry about that.
So you know you were speeding, but you don't know how much. Correct?
Correct.
Well, the officer does know by how much. He measured your speed with radar. He's certified to operate radar. He put the radar unit through test at the beginning and at the end of his shift. It worked at the beginning. It was still working at the end. There is no reason to believe that it broke and somehow fixed itself in the middle of his shift. The speed that your vehicle was measured at was 72. The officer elected to cite you for 65 instead. I do believe that you're responsible for the reasons I just stated. The fine on this is $200. It can be paid online or by mail, or you can make a payment at the courthouse counter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with the traffic, people. I don't know why that was so funny when you said it. You're like, that's exactly what you called him. I'm like, I know, I called him that.
That's
Like,
literally
like,
how you described them to me. You said this is some traffic people, and that's basically how you described it. So, you know.
I did. Chris, thank you so much. Foxtrot trolled you last night. Foxtrot was adorable last night. For those of you that don't know, Chris was on panel last night with us, and Foxtrot, his dog, hung out with us as well. It was awesome.
Aww.
Larry, as a former traffic cop, I appreciate traffic people. I'm gonna call it that from now on. Whenever I have a traffic case, I'm just gonna another traffic person. All right. No, I clicked that before I realized. No, not covering that guy. I'm
Absolutely
staying as
not.
far away from that trail as possible. My audio's low? Is my audio low, Heather?
You sound fine to me. Maybe I'm just loud.
Okay. We're moving
Is my
on.
audio too loud?
No, you sound good to me. Well, I'm deaf though.
Your opinion doesn't really matter in that situation.
If you ever have to ask me if you can hear something or if something's too loud, you are asking the wrong person. If I think something's too loud, everyone's deaf. Everyone's already deaf from sound. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, Hitchbot. No, I got it, Hitchbot. I am done with sneaking cameras in the courtrooms. Never doing that again. Ever.
Absolutely not.
I got the joke. I just don't want to say his name on in any kind of YouTube transcript.
Mm-mm.
A girl named Joe's saying it's slow too. I'm gonna start playing the next video, and I'm gonna look at my volume settings real quick. So I'm just gonna start it. We're moving to one of the grumpiest judges there is, Judge Caretti. Let's go.
Court can recall People versus Burton. Date and time set for a motion to compel payment of attorney fees.
What is that? Is that the one you called and I said I had no file?
Yes.
Jerry Burton, is that right?
That's correct.
And it's a motion to do what?
To compel payment of attorney.
All right, appearances.
If it please the court, Attorney Sharon Jones, P number 57113. I represented Mr. Burton.
All right, and I have your appearance. I have Ms. Tarantino's appearance. All right,
Judge,
I don't
this is,
have that.
Judge,
Go ahead.
this is an attorney general case. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, all right.
Your
And
Honor, James,
I believe I have the attorney general's appearance.
Your Honor, you don't. Judge, I'm James Surwick, and I'm from Macomb County Corporation Counsel. I have a special appearance, a special limited appearance on behalf of the Macomb County Public Defender's Office and Mr. Tomko, of all things.
So I misspoke. I thought this was an AG case, Judge. I thought they were appearing.
All right, so counsel, I don't have that file for some reason, so I haven't read the motion. We have two options. We can pass it. I can have that emailed to me, and we'll call you soon, or I can adjourn it, or you can present it orally. What do you want to do? I'll start with court counsel.
Judge, we're ready to argue it. There's really the court does not have jurisdiction over this matter. The MIDCA was passed, and the statutory fees are set by the MIDC, and the Public Defender's Office is the one who approves it. It used to be that the court would approve fees and issue an order. This is just the wrong, she's doing it the wrong way.
All right,
Your
Ms.
Honor,
Jones, are you aware of that?
I don't agree with that. I believe MCL 775.21 and 775.6 still apply. And my objection is to the indefinite amount of time that is planned for determining whether they believe my fees are reasonable. Perhaps it would.
Counsel, were you asked for extraordinary fees or fees beyond the program designations?
No, Your Honor, the fees are consistent with the hours that were spent on the case,
fees,
which
counsel?
I've documented.
How much are the fees, counsel?
They're quite a bit. It's about $100,000. But the case lasted all year. There were tens or if not hundreds of thousands of pages of discovery. It was a criminal enterprise case with multiple co-defendants that were across the country, actually.
Whose case was it? What judge?
It was before you.
All right, I don't recall it. So court counsel, why hasn't Ms. Jones been paid? Do you know?
Judge, 8 court appearances. She's asking for $100,000. One of the other counsels, I know Mr. Tomko reached out to see what other attorneys were billing. Their numbers were more in the 40-hour range. She's asking for 600 hours on a case where she pled a guy and he got HIDA. Aside from the fact that that's ridiculous, Judge, it's no longer something you have to be troubled with, because the MIDCA has put it exclusively in the hands of Mr. Tomko to look at those fees. There's an appeal process. If she doesn't like the result that she gets there, it can go to another county. There's a statutory basis for all of this that was put into place in 2000.
All right, let me interrupt you, Mr. Hurwitz. So basically your argument, as you said originally, is that even if I wanted to award fees, the new statute wouldn't allow it. Is that right? I don't have jurisdiction.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I agree with that assessment. I haven't seen a motion like this before. Your motion's denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
All right. I messed with settings. I tried to turn it up. In the end, all I did was unplug and plug back in my mic. So hopefully, we can all hear. This last case. Sorry, what do you want to say, Heather?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I have no idea what just happened, because it was nothing but chaos to me. And then there was some noise that sounded like a pig, and I couldn't even tell who was talking. And somebody asked what judge this was while you were gone. Sorry, I can't bring comments up or anything when Colin's not on screen. So
this is Judge Caretti. And actually, yeah, it says it next to him. He's Judge Caretti. He's a grumpy judge. I watch him every day just because he always yells at somebody. So he's always fun to watch. But so what just happened? There was a defense attorney who was specially assigned to a case that had 6 different defendants for, I don't remember what they said, some kind of like drug trafficking ring. They arrested 6 people. And the attorney, because she was specially assigned, she turned in her own hours to, whoever pays her. And she turned in a payment sheet that says that she needs to be paid $100,000. And
what?
So when they went around and they were asking questions, the one of the people said, the other attorneys put in 40 hours of work. She put in 1,000 hours of work, and her defendant, took a plea deal and took a HIDA deal. So why is she asking for $100,000? So that's where. So I thought that was hilarious. And then, but the judge he doesn't have the filing from him, so he can't read anything. So he agreed to oral motions. And then at the very end, he's like, "Oh, I agree with this other person. I don't have jurisdiction over this." He has no idea. He's just taking one word over the other because he doesn't want to deal with this. Like, you want me to award $100,000? Nope. I'm gonna grant the jurisdictional argument. We're gonna send this down the road. I'm not touching this. So I thought it was hilarious. It was a funny case to me. I really wish we had some of our lawyers in the chat. KB's here. Chris Barton's here. Just like I want an attorney's perspective on everything that just happened, because it sounds hilarious to me. Chris Barton, good to see you. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. Of course.
Well, I got nothing to add to this because, yeah, I'm just here for moral support.
Well, we got one more in front of Judge Grumpy, and then we jump to our favorite judge, Judge Slavin. He's coming.
Yeah.
Judge, the court can call People versus Kula. Date and time set for.
Okay, I need to give a little backstory to this. I played this guy's first case last week. He's I think it's like he's on his third DUI. He has he wasn't on his tether. He's supposed to be on an alcohol tether. Wasn't on a tether. The judge said like you're going to jail. Like you're going to jail now. And his attorney kind of begged the judge like give him till Friday. That's when he gets paid. He'll be able to put the tether on. This guy has alcohol violations after a third DUI. So his attorney did a good job to actually beg to let him out of jail until he could afford his tether. So this is the next hearing. So I just wanted to catch everybody up. But part 1 was last week.
A bond hearing and a sentence review hearing. This was up last week. We adjourned it to today.
Anthony Sorrentino appearing on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Randy Rodnick, P36260, on behalf of Mr. Kula. Your Honor, I believe we were in this court last week, and Mr. Kula had to go back on the tether by Friday. And my understanding is he's done that. I have a deviation on the main case, which is one of the violations for a third offense drinking violation. And that's coming up on June 26th before Your Honor.
So what are we, hold on. So we're up for what today, Alex?
Judge, he had a probation violation hearing last week, and it was found out he was not on the tether. You ordered him to be on the tether by end of day Friday last week, and then we had a bond hearing and a probation hearing today.
I think Alex might have a pet pig. It's the court clerk. That pig noise is coming from his side, and it's not him because he's talking. So it's not like like a weird like laugh kind of breathe thing that might sound like one. It's coming from his side. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe he has a weird chair that makes a weird noise. I don't know, but Alex. You know what? Let's just go on. I don't know how I missed that noise.
If there's a pig, I just want to see it. It can snort all it's want, but we should be able to see the pig if there's a pig present.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
In light of that news.
So, Judge, as you're well aware,
let's see, Mr. Rodnick, what are we doing with the probation violation?
Your Honor, at this time, he's back on the tether as he's supposed to be, and that's what the court hearing for today is, to make sure he went back on that tether.
He also hasn't done his Class A training. Where's he at with that?
And in regards to Class A training, he knows he has to do that. I told him that. He's trying to set that up now. I believe that should be resolved by the next court date of 6/26, where we're on the underlying violation for picking up a new case.
So, Judge, my primary concern, obviously, as you know the history of this, is that tether and the no contact. Is the probation on? Can you confirm that he's on the tether?
Hi, Andrea Ruprecht for the MDOC. Yes, Your Honor, I called the tether company this morning and they confirmed that he did appear on Friday and he is on tether.
Okay, and if he were to go off it again or not charge it, I want him locked up. Enough of the games, Judge. He says he doesn't have money, but he goes on trips to Nashville drinking. He picked up a drunk driving in the interim. He's got money to party. He's got money for the tether. That's my primary concern.
All right. I mean, I would give serious consideration to that request, were to have another tether violation. So the PV set for a date in June, Alex, correct?
The pretrial case is. Let me check the PV right now.
All right, what's 3381? Is that up for a hearing today?
Judge, that is his case that he is on probation for.
I know that.
It was set for the hearing today, just like the pretrial case.
All right, so adjourn the PV hearing until that same date in June. He'd be real wise, Mr. Rodnick, to have either completed the Class A or at least be signed up for it. And then we've handled everything that we had up this morning, Alex?
Judge, real quick, there was a warrant signed on May 20th. That was the day he did appear, but it wasn't signed until after the court hearing. So he does have an outstanding warrant, but it was a do not enter into lien.
All right, well, we'll set aside the bench warrant then.
Okay. Everything's adjourned to June 26th at 9:30.
All right.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, we're going to go back to
All right, that absolutely was a mouse. I don't know who said it in the chat, but it was somebody's mouse.
Carrie.
And, like, Carrie said it.
Yeah,
And
Carrie T.
after you said it, like, that's what a mouse sounds like when you actually still have a mouse that has a ball in it and you need to clean it, or you're rubbing it against something. That's absolutely what that was. And I don't know how I didn't pick that up. But at the same time,
Thanks, Terry.
all of our mice used to sound like that, and no one even thought any different. It was just a mouse, but now it's a pig.
Somebody, sorry, I'll let you do that, and then I'll just go.
Arbitrary Hubris, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Thank
Welcome.
you. Okay, go.
I don't know who, I'm sorry, but somebody said in the chat, they said they are normally too shy to ask, but they asked how we met. So I just wanted to say, we've said the story a couple of times, so if you missed it, I'm sorry. But Colin and I met online playing video games together. And yeah, here we are. Actually, Colin obsessively messaged me for months and months, and I finally threw him a bone. I'm just joking.
I think technically I'm the one who threw you a bone.
Pretty sure I roasted you the first time I met you for like an hour straight because low-key I was better than you. And then you slid into my DMs and I ignored you for like a month. And then you started doing things for me to try to get my attention, and here we are.
Everything she said was half correct.
The game is called World of Kings. It was a mobile MMORPG. And now Colin and I play all kinds of different games together. Any type of co-op game that we can find, we play. Most date nights, so every Saturday night is date night, and we're usually playing some sort of game together. So, or in the morning when we're having our coffee together, or at night before you go live. Colin and I talk every night before he goes live, so we usually try to play as much as we can together because it's something that we share in common that we both love.
We are both gamers. Yes.
We are both gamers. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's go. No,
I was going to say the man, the myth, the legend is up next.
I don't know if it is. Hopefully it is.
It is. It is. You said it was. It is. Slavin is next.
All right. But I remember because I know I put him in the middle. I just don't remember if it was like, is there one more like 5-minute clip before him? So I started second guessing myself, but we're good. The man, the myth, the legend, Judge Slavin.
I love Judge Slavin so much.
Let's go.
Judge Slavin, if you're watching this, I love you. I know he watches your videos, so.
He might be watching. Judge Slavin, if you're watching, say hi in the chat, please.
Okay, let's go.
People of the city of Taylor versus Andrew McGinnity. Mr. Mays, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right, I need to take a quick pause for two reasons. One, the mustache game on this attorney. Did the whole facial hair game. Wait until you put his glasses on. I'm going to wait until he puts his glasses on. I'm going to tell you this right now. If I didn't play on the team that I played on, I think I'd be hitting this guy up, asking him if he plays video games, because I am in love with this dude's facial hair. I wish mine could do this. I really do. I'm so jealous of it. I'm so jealous of it. Okay.
I gave you expert advice and opinions, and you don't want to take it, so.
This is true.
Just saying.
This is true. Mr. Mays, if you're out there listening, great facial hair. You have my approval.
Your Honor, where's Mr. McGinnity? He was here.
He is here. He's in the main session. Let me just ask him to turn the video on. There he is.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays on behalf of Mr. McGinnity. We're here before the court for an arraignment pretrial. For purposes of the arraignment, we'll waive reading. Ask the court to enter a not guilty plea.
The court will enter a not guilty plea as he recognizes him as standing mute. As to bond.
The bond judge, we're working out a plea. So Mr. McGinnity has been in AA, a lot of AA since the date of this incident. He's a resident of Taylor. I would ask for personal recognizance.
I'm gonna set his bond at $500, personal bond on each file. He does, he's appeared here today, he has very competent counsel retained, so he's appeared here today, he has very competent counsel retained, so with regard to the bond conditions, no leaving the state of Michigan without the consent of the court, and no use or possession of any alcohol or controlled substances unless you have a prescription by a doctor for the same. Now, this is already set for the pretrial today. So the next date that I have for the pretrial / settlement conference.
No, we're taking a plea.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see that in there. Okay. All right. Well, no plea agreement in there, so that's why I was just curious. Okay, no problem. And then I also have the order of fingerprints here that hasn't been picked up. He's going to have to get his fingerprints taken. So, what is the nature of the plea?
He's pleading to one count of impaired driving. I've advised him of the maximum possible penalties. I've also advised him of his rights, explicitly gone through the advice of rights with him. It's my understanding that he's going to avail himself of that offer at this time.
So he'd be pleading to one count of operating while visibly impaired, and the other misdemeanor would be dismissed, the open and talks?
Yes.
And sir, you understand the plea agreement, sir, that the original charge of operating while intoxicated would be amended to the misdemeanor charge of operating while visibly impaired. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that that is still a misdemeanor punishable by 93 days in jail and or up to $500 in fines. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that the extracurricular penalties that come with the statute are much less, 4 points instead of 6, restricted license instead of suspended license. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that the other misdemeanor is going to be dismissed pursuant to the agreement?
Yes, sir.
And you had the opportunity to discuss the facts of your case with your attorney, Mr. Mays, as well as your constitutional rights. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand all of your constitutional rights?
Yes, sir.
You understand that in order to accept this plea, I have to make sure that you are knowingly and voluntarily. That means you.
Heather.
Oh my God. I can't even talk about ARC. I have obsession with that game. I've put so many hours in that game building the most epic. I was just saying in chat, Colin, just talking to people. I'm locked into chat right now. Sorry, I have no idea what's going on in the show, but that's fine. Colin does the farming and I do the building. So when it comes to any type of building aspect to any type of survival games. So I'll be like, okay, Colin, I need you to go get X, Y, and Z. Go. And then he just goes. But ARC is amazing. If any of the people, we have a bunch of gamers in chat. If you're a gamer and you haven't played ARC, it is so much fun. You get to hang out and you get to have dinosaurs. Okay, like who doesn't want a T-Rex?
Read what Hitchbot just said.
Oh, it's fun to forget to feed your super raptor.
It's true. We lost a T-Rex. We lost a T-Rex that way.
You were broken up about that, but
I was. It's like a level 100.
And then I would play without Colin, and Colin would log in, and we have like 6 new dinosaurs, and you'd be like, right. Oh, okay. So anyway, sorry, totally not court related. Sorry, guys.
Not court related. Okay, back to the case.
Pick, you choose. Nobody's promising you anything. No one's threatening you in any way. I have to make sure that you're knowingly and voluntarily waiving those constitutional rights that you understand, because there's not going to be a trial if you take the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All righty. And sir, I'm going to take you back. I'm going to ask you, as to the charge of operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
So I'm going to take you back to March the 9th of 2025. Did you have your motor vehicle in the city of Taylor on that day?
Yes, sir.
And did you drive your motor vehicle on March 9th, 2025 in the city of Taylor?
Yes, sir.
And before you began driving that motor vehicle, had you ingested any intoxicating substances?
Overnight, sir.
Sure. Before you
Yes,
began
sir.
driving the city of Taylor, and what did you ingest? What did you drink or consume?
Sir, I drank overnight.
We played it on Xbox. I would highly recommend a good PC to play it though. Just you'll get the full scope of the game and the graphics with a better PC. We played on Xbox and we had to actually turn off the fog and
we had
what
to
else
use
did we
a command to turn off fog and clouds just to
It
make
was
it
fog and
visually.
clouds.
It's
Yeah.
super buggy, but yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, when you play a high-end game on Xbox, you're gonna get that. The fog was just too thick. You couldn't see farther than like 1 inch in front of your face when it was foggy, and you can't play like that. So we had to turn it
Now,
off.
if I had my way, we'd be playing on PS5. But
All right, let's continue the video.
Okay, and what was it that you drank?
Drank fifth of vodka.
All righty. And did the consumption of a fifth of vodka impair ability to drive?
Yes, sir.
All righty. I find there's a factual basis for accepting your plea. Mr. Mays, do you concur?
I do.
All righty. Now, sir, I don't know if this is a one-off. I don't know if this is a mea culpa, my bad, having a bad day, or if alcohol has a negative impact on your life on a more systemic basis. So I'm going to set this up for a pre-sentence investigation report. I just ask that you just be open and honest with the questions that my probation department is going to ask you. They're going to then use that information to create a pre-sentence investigation report. And when they do, they're going to send that out to Mr. Mays and yourself, and the two of you.
No, Heather has a PS5. I don't have a PS5. That's the problem. We can't play on PS5.
I got an Xbox. Well, Colin got me an Xbox, but I got an Xbox so that Colin and I could play video games together. But I'm a PlayStation through and through.
And I'm Xbox. I was PlayStation until Xbox Live came out, but that's
Things you
that's
do
a
for
whole other
love.
story. I like how you changed it. Donate to Mr. Heather's PS5 fund. All right. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering, why is he playing this boring-ass Judge Slavin clip? There's a reason. First, I just want to let you know, I watch at least 100 of these just very generic court cases a day. So now you kind of jumped into my pain a little bit when you're searching for content. But there's a reason why I played this, and it's about to happen right now. And it is awesome. Let's go.
Be able to review that. Then we're going to set this for a sentencing date as well. And at that sentencing date, Mr. Mays will be coming back and being able to argue on your behalf and bringing to the court's attention anything that needs to be brought to the court's attention. So we will see both of you gentlemen at the sentencing date, which is going to be at the 22nd date.
No, the probation sets that up.
Oh, okay, so so probation will be reaching out to you, and then they'll also be giving you the date for the sentencing date that we're going to be coming back, and that'll be by Zoom. All right.
Yes, sir.
Both of you stay.
Thank you, Judge. Quickly before I log off, I saw your special guest appearance on Colin Definitely Not Cromwell the other day. You're famous.
Yeah. I don't know about famous. Maybe infamous. But yeah, we'll have to have you on. We'll have to get you on there.
There you go.
All right,
Mr. P, you can log off.
I
Have
can
a good
log
day.
off.
Yep.
Okay.
So does that mean he watches your channel too?
I mean, I don't know. He knows my name and not my channel name, so he has to. When people call me Colin Definitely Not Cromwell, they watch it. They watch and they, because my channel name is actually Coolin' with Colin. So when people call me Colin Definitely Not Cromwell, they actually watch. At least that's in my head. I put that in my head. But I love it. I love it.
I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah, Judge Slavin texted me. It's like, tell me you saw the shout out you got from the attorney today. I'm like, what? Which one? And he said, Mr. Mays. And I'm like, oh, Mr. Mays, the guy with the really sweet mustache? He's like, yep. I was like, all right, let me go look for it. It was nice. It was nice.
That's pretty awesome.
It was. But that made me feel really good. And
Mhm.
Judge Slavin's recruiting for me for people on panel. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Go Judge Slavin.
Judge Slavin is the GOAT.
He is. He really is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's next now.
It's
Are we
isn't
moving
it the spa one? No.
No, spa,
Oh, it's
spa
Judge
was next.
Grandpa.
Yes. Judge Grandpa. Judge Grandpa. All right.
Not Judge
let's go.
Dad. Judge Grandpa.
Dad. Not Judge Dad. Judge Grandpa. I can't tell you anything. We got traffic people and Judge Grandpa. Like, I mean, let's go. Swack up bits. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Yes. Judge Wolfe is 37. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Judge
I mean,
Wolfe
I'm
is awesome.
25, so it
I
tracks.
just don't believe that. Okay, fair. Wait, I probably shouldn't respond to that. No, you are 25. Okay,
Good man.
Judge Wolfe.
Let's go. Let's go.
We've
Judge
got a fun
Grandpa. Let's go.
We've got a fun pro se. Let's go.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, this is Juan Esteban Brooks, and this is a hearing on the violation of probation. You have previously been offered to have an attorney to represent you. Do you not wish to have a lawyer?
No, sir, I'm go pro se.
All right. Is the state ready on this hearing? You are here today because it's alleged that you were placed on probation on or about December the 4th, 2024 for the offense of failure to report, or I'm sorry, you were placed on probation.
It's all junked up, big dog. I had escaped from the Hope Center 11/21/23, and I got from Van Engine, the sheriff had a release date of 11/25/24. So when I came into my plea with my elbow counsel, Matthew T. Mitchell, he gave me a suspended to probation, but it was, I had already did my 11/29. I had completed my sentence. So it was just a misunderstanding of paperwork. So I never showed up for probation, being that the sheriff gave me my 11, I was already serving 11/29. So it was just a misunderstanding. So when I got my case dismissed from a couple of weeks ago, my theft of property from Judge Marshall, him and the DA came through for me and gave me a dismissal. So I just wanted to clear up today that.
Elbow counsel is another name for standby counsel. Judge Wolfe calls it elbow counsel. So it's just when you go pro se and they don't actually trust you to go pro se, they'll assign you elbow counsel or a standby counsel. So it's an attorney that's assigned to your case that you just ask legal questions to, that is supposed to nudge you when you're supposed to object, that kind of thing. So you're not 100% pro se. They'll help you a little bit if you ask. You can completely ignore them if you want, but that's what it is.
So I could go home for my BOP already served on misappropriation of paperwork.
All right, well, listen to me as I explain
Yes,
this,
sir.
okay? What I have before me is a violation of probation warrant that was filed on April the 28th of 2025. It alleges that you were placed on probation for escape on December the 4th of 2024, and that you, for a period of 11 months and 29 days. And part of the grounds was that you had not reported since your release from jail on December the 23rd, 2024. That's one grounds. But listen, on the last grounds, it says that you were arrested for theft of property in Dixon County on April the 22nd of 2025.
Amen.
That would also constitute a grounds for violation of probation.
Amen.
And what I want you to understand is that I understand your explanation for not reporting or whatever the situation may be, but that is a separate grounds that you were violated your probation by being arrested on a new offense.
I got it dismissed.
All right. So does the state have any input in this particular situation? I'm sorry, he pled to what?
I just need y'all to let me go. It was just a misappropriation paperwork. We just gonna cut them on loose.
His point is that he's given some explanation for why he didn't report, and he says that the new charge has been dismissed.
Snow.
You be quiet while she's talking.
Yes. Snow. Thank you, Lord. Officer Snow, will you let the judge know that I got my dismissal last week? You didn't.
You're going to call him as a witness?
No, he let me know last
week.
But
you're winking at him and saying, "Would you let the judge know something?"
I'm sorry.
Sparkle Poots, what do you need? What can I clarify for you? Let's yeah, I don't know. I don't want you to be confused. I don't. What do you need help answering? While I am paused, Phil, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 5 new members. Phil, you are awesome. Thank you so much. I paused it at the terrible time, right when it started turning funny. So I'm going to rewind it about 30 seconds because this was a terrible time to pause.
Snow. Thank you, Lord. Officer Snow, will you let the judge know that I got my dismissal last week? You didn't.
You're going to call him as a witness?
No, he let me know last
week.
But
you're winking at him and saying, "Would you let the judge know something?" If you're going to let the judge.
I'm sorry. It's only when I got the voucher for me when I got on the bus to go home. Snow had let me know. Snow, you would say that if I call you up here, you would let me know that I had a dismissal.
Who is this probation officer?
Ullery.
Come around.
Here we go.
What are you saying uh-oh about?
I love the boots.
All right. My understanding is that I'm just going to ask you some questions. I'm not calling you to testify just yet. Just stand right there. You don't have to go anywhere else. My understanding was that part of your original basis was that he failed to report.
Yes.
The second was that he had this new charge. I'm now being told by both him and the state that the new charge has been dismissed. It might be subject.
You guys want me to restart this entire case? Is that what you guys are asking? I'm waiting a second. Heather left, and all of a sudden everyone was confused. Heather, you're not allowed to leave anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh, they're saying no. Now they're saying no. Okay, I'm confused. Maybe people are trolling me. Okay, I think I'm being trolled. I'm just gonna hit the play button.
Oh, but I thought you couldn't troll a troll.
Being brought
You're welcome, guys. Thought I'd throw that in there. All right, let's go.
again. Were there any other issues with his probation other than the fact he didn't report once he was released? Okay. All right. Thank you. You can go back over there if you want to. You don't have to testify. All right. Do you understand that you didn't ever report to probation? I understand your reasons why. Okay. So if I credit you for telling me the truth about that, then the only thing that I would be prepared to do today would be to reinstate you to probation and extend your probation for 11 months and 29 days, but you would be released. Now, that new charge that you're talking about that got dismissed,
right?
I don't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
You understand that?
She's okay with it?
Well, she's not okay with it because she doesn't have anything to do with it either.
Yes, sir.
But what we'll have to see is whether or not that criminal charge comes back.
Got you.
But today, the only thing that I would have,
send me home.
that against you for your violation of probation would be the fact that you didn't report. Now, you, without testifying, gave me an explanation. So I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, and I'm going to have you placed under oath.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Why did you not report when you pled out on that original charge of escape?
Thank you. Okay. 11/21/23. That's when the escape came. So I served from 4/23/24 to 11/23, from 4/23/24 to I was released on 12/23/24. I didn't report because it was a misappropriation paperwork. I had to serve 9 months. I had to serve 11/29 on an escape at 11 months. 29 at 75% is 9 months jail time. So when I went pro se, I had 48 days from 9/22/23, and then I served 8 months straight. So when I served my 8 months, I'm assuming when when Matthew T. Mitchell, my elbow counsel, when he said, I'll let you go on the vandalisms. I had got indicted for 2 vandalisms. So he said, I would let you go home. Contingent upon you signing that you were
Your lawyer said you could go home?
That's the only way I could go home is if I signed for her probation. So when I signed for her probation, it was a suspended sentence to probation. That makes sense. So I'd already served. In my mind, I'm thinking I'd already served the escape. So I didn't get 2 escapes. I only got 1 escape. So
All right, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Does the state have anything else to input in this?
So I had 8.
You be quiet. When
Yes,
she
sir.
talks,
I'm
you
so
be
sorry.
quiet.
I'm still here, Heather. I just turned off my camera because I was embarrassed. All I got was a shrug. I didn't even get words of encouragement. I just got up. Sorry
I
for
just
sorry.
sorry that I called you out.
Well, Mr. Brooks, I'm going to give you a chance to report and see whether or not you do or don't.
Thank you, Judge.
I find that you are in guilty, technically a violation of your probation for failure to report. I understand what your explanation is. The new charge that was the basis for it obviously can't be considered because it's been dismissed. But you understand that could be brought back. I'm going to reinstate you to active probation, extend your probation for a period of 6 months, and I'm going to set a review date for this case in front of me on September the 29th.
So I get to come in regular clothes?
You're going to get regular clothes?
No, I'm saying, do I get out today?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm releasing you back to probation. Okay. So you should be released as soon as the paperwork clears. And then, but you understand, see that lady over there?
I know exactly where Mid-Cumberland is.
Okay. One thing that you're going to benefit from in the future, because I fully expect we're going to see you again, if not before September. When you're in court and someone else is talking.
All right. I'm rooting for this guy too. Who just said that? A girl named Joe. I'm rooting for this guy too. He seems likable. Hopefully he can, get his life straight. And I don't know. I have a soft spot for charming people that are charming for the right reasons. Like he's not trying to manipulate the court. In my eyes, he's not. He's just a charming guy. Like he's a friendly person. I don't know what he's even in jail for besides escaping. I don't know why I just giggled at that, but that's not why I paused the video. I paused the video because of Haley's comment. Because I can't tell you how many times as a kid I would say death instead of deaf. So I read this, and I don't know if it was an autocorrect or anything, but it hit home. Because I used to say that I'm deaf in one ear instead of I'm deaf in one ear. So this made me laugh and giggle, and I wanted to bring this up. Haley is also about an hour behind the live because she keeps commenting on the first couple clips. So if you guys are reading her comments, she's gonna come to the point in the live. She's like, "Oh man, I'm way behind." Don't be embarrassed. I'm enjoying reading your comments, but just let you know you're a little bit behind in the live. While I'm paused, Danette, thank you so much for the super sticker. I do appreciate it. Very generous of you. All right, let's finish this one up. We got one more clip after this. This one's just about ready. Just about ready. Just about ready. It's just about finished. Hi, Heather.
Words are hard. Sorry, I'm like locked into chat right now.
Words are hard, but you know what's not hard? You look absolutely beautiful tonight.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I know.
You're so humble.
Thank you. I'm the most humble.
The humblest.
Just wait till your turn, okay? It's like when you were a child and you're at the dinner table and you're told you want to speak over your parents. Well, in the court, it's the same way. You can't talk while I'm talking. You can't talk while the DA's talking. You wait your turn. You'll be given every opportunity to say. But here's the reason that I'm doing this today is because I'm giving you an opportunity to see how you report. Once you report, and between now and September, if you do everything you're supposed to do, stay out of trouble, then we'll take a look at you on that September 29th day to see whether or not there's any need to keep you on the docket, okay? See her? You need to talk to him today?
Amen. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
You done?
We're done.
He was so like childish happy.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention at all during that clip, so I was locked into the chat, so I have no idea what just happened, but it's fine. It's cool.
Judge let him out of jail. He's pro se. He filed pro se motions.
But didn't he escape from jail?
He did. Yeah,
I'm confused.
He's got escape charges. They didn't go into detail about them. At least I don't know. I watched that case I think 3 times now. It sucks because the prosecutor you couldn't really hear. So there's like half the case you couldn't hear. I don't know why I put that in tonight's video. I just thought it was charming, which is why I did it. But yeah, he went into that pro se. He asked to be put back on probation, and his motion was granted, and he turned into a child about it and got super giddy. Like, not childish, like, he got childish and interrupted the judge, and that's why the judge was like, you can't do this. But it was, I don't know. I just found it. I don't know. But I'm rooting for the guy.
It's fine. I'm just laughing at Philip's comment. It's okay. None of us know what's going on. Well, all right. Let's move to the next one, which is the last one, right?
Yep, the last one, and this is the case that I told you about. This is we're moving into Heather's expertise here.
I'm actually going to have an expert opinion.
You are.
6-7 Denise Areli Ramirez versus Earth Tech Spa. Do I have someone here on behalf of the plaintiff?
And I just want to let everyone know this is not Judge Garcia, so we don't have to worry about putting my judge crush on the screen while Heather's up here. This is Judge Holmes, same state.
My judge crush, you mean?
My judge crush.
Oh, okay. Just so we're aware, it's my judge crush. You stole my judge crush. It's fine.
No, it's my judge crush.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
And this isn't even her. This is Judge Holmes. This isn't Judge Garcia.
No, I know, but I was hoping it's fine. It's fine. Next time we'll have some Judge Garcia on.
Okay. All right.
Denise Ramirez?
I'm here.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ramirez. Thank
Good
you for
afternoon.
being with us. And who do I have on behalf of Earth Tech Spa?
And not have anybody check in for the defendant.
We've not had anyone arrive. All right. Ms. Ramirez, will you please raise your right hand for me? Do you understand now being sworn to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down. All right, Ms. Ramirez, how much are you suing the defendant Earth Tech for?
I am pursuing the charge that they processed to the credit card, the full amount of that, and in addition the filing fee, which is I can.
Oh, Rob, just you wait. Just you wait. It takes a special person to mess up a default judgment, and let's just say the default judgment does not happen.
Paul, maybe $190.
How much money? How much money is it that you say they charged you incorrectly?
They didn't charge me incorrectly, Judge. What happened was I went in for a service, and the person, the receptionist, asked me to sit down, like away from her area, and then I was called into the session. After the session, I was brought into a studio, and I was presented with the products. So the products that were presented to me, I thought at that time that it could something that I could use. I had a very bad rash going on my forehead and coming into my face. But then that was a Saturday afternoon, and then the next day I got up really early and I said, I'm gonna return this because I should postpone this because my skin was really acting up. So I went back to the store and I spoke to the receptionist, and she asked me, did I speak to the person that sold me the product? I said no. And then she goes, oh, you need to reach out to him. So I reach out to him, and then he goes, you should send an email to corporate. And I said, what's the corporate email? And long story short, I sent an email and I submitted the emails, the email trail from the beginning to the last conversation I had with them. And they said that they do not offer any refunds, and anything that they can do is only provide me with different products. And I explained to her, I don't want the product. I need to wait until my skin is better, which has taken like 9 months for my skin to come back to where it needs to be. So they said, nope, no credit back to you. And I still have the products. I sent over the picture. Nothing has been opened. And I explained to them, please go back to my credit card. Yes.
How much money did you spend on your credit card that you want the defendant to return?
$4,000.
$4,000.
Yes.
All right. And when you purchased the $4,000, were there any terms and conditions that said you couldn't return?
No, they didn't say anything. What happened?
Was there anything that said you couldn't exchange it?
No.
Did it tell you that all sales were final?
No.
Your testimony today is that you did not sign a receipt or a contract that said all sales were final, no refunds.
I signed the sales receipt, but they did not specify you're not going to be able to return the product.
Ms. Ramirez, do you have a copy of your receipt where you paid the $4,000?
Yes, I did send that over.
Let me find that, and that'll answer a lot of our questions.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Heather, do you wanna chime in here before we see the receipt, or do you wanna wait a little bit?
Yeah. So, I mean, those who don't know, I am in the spa industry. I'm an esthetician. I've been in the industry for 14 years. I have my own business, so I am a spa owner. And $4,000, like, okay, I'll put in perspective. I have one product, like serums for the line that I carry are $200 a piece before tax. So like, yes, skincare product at a professional grade can be expensive, but to spend $4,000 on product alone seems very outrageous. So I want to see what she actually purchased. And I was reading her comments. She went in with a skin rash. So some people were saying, did the products give her a rash? She went in there because she had a skin rash. So she didn't get a rash from the products.
Okay.
So yeah, you can play. I want to see the receipt.
All right.
Right, I'm going to share my screen, Ms. Ramirez. This was sent by you.
What was that?
Sorry, Legal Fiction said she could. Legal Fiction says she could have gotten a prescription for Retin-A for a lot less. If she had a skin rash, depends on what was going on with her skin, but Retin-A would be one of the worst things you could put on any type of broken or exposed skin, especially a rash. And it's hard to say what the rash was. She could be experiencing rosacea for the first time. She could have perioral dermatitis. You don't know. It's hard to say. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you recognize this document?
All right, before the document comes up, I will let you know that I actually did some editing to this video because there was some personal information of the well, I guess the plaintiff in this one. So you're going to see my lovely icon on the screen, but it's because I'm covering up her information.
I don't see anything yet, Judge.
Do you see this? It says Earth Tech Hand Spa, and then there's like a handwritten part up here.
It's yes, that's me.
All right, I want to see what that says because I cover that up. I cover the entire right side of the
receipt handed to me. It was folded. Oh, so she just said the receipt wasn't handed to her. It was just folded and put in the bag.
Okay. All right.
Which is normal practice. I email all my receipts to my clients, but yeah.
Yeah, she says that a few times, so that's fine. I just wanted to read it so everyone knows what's there before it's covered up. Because I cover up the where you see that little screen, they're gonna blow it up so you can see the entire receipt. And I'm just gonna move my icon to cover the entire right hand side of the page.
I did that. Yes, Ite, yes.
All right, Ms. Ramirez, did you bring us this?
All right, Heather, you need to tell me when to pause so you can.
Okay, I want to see. Okay, 3. Okay, so this is what this looks like to me. So she was charged a flat rate of $4,000, and then you can see the line items have like it'll say $0 and then a discount. So basically, how that works is she bought a package. So basically, how packages work in the spa world is you pay a flat rate fee and something is included in the package. So if that first item you see, it says 2 times or 3 times beauty treatment. So it's what it looks like. This is what I assume. So $4,000 straight on product would not. You'd have to buy a lot of products. So this looks like they sold her a treatment package, and the package included so many treatments for her skin. And typically, when you get a pretty invasive treatment, so say a laser treatment for skin resurfacing, microneedling, which is a treatment that I do, your skin has the first couple of days of your skin healing it's super important to use very specific things in the skin. Now, I always give my clients the option of professional or drugstore. I give people recommendations based on their budget. Not a lot of people do that, and a lot of people will take advantage of people when, in this woman's case, it sounds like, from my perspective, she went in with a skin issue, and these people were like, oh, okay, cool, get this treatment done, here's all these products, and sounds like she didn't know what she signed up for. It sounds like she signed up for a package for treatments and products, and this whole time she's talking about she just got products. So I really don't think she understood what she signed up for. But you'd have to buy a lot of product for $4,000, and anybody who would sell a person that much money has no business integrity and does not care about their clients.
Are we good to keep going on?
Yeah, and legal fiction, that's a big treatment. You can do microneedling. There's actually been studies that show that microneedling at a 2.5 millimeter depth with a 32 pin needle can actually help with alopecia hair loss. Obviously, there's different variations and hormonally linked hair loss too. Anyway, you can keep going.
Proof today?
Yes.
Is this your
Okay, pause.
signature?
Oh damn! I want to see. Okay, so we have appeal face cream. Yeah, so she got a package. I feel bad for this lady. So okay, so before, I don't know what's going on. So before anything, I will say. So it sounds like she didn't get anything done. It sounds like she showed up. She talked to somebody. I don't know why the receptionist would recommend her packaging. She should talk to a skin professional, like an esthetician or whoever, to figure out what's going on with their skin. If you have a rash, if a client came in to see me and had a rash, like an actual rash on her skin, we don't know what a rash is. So people describe their skin different ways. So if she was experiencing some sort of skin reaction or erythema or acneic rosacea or something, a lot of people will refer things as a rash, and it might not be. But if somebody came in to me looking for help and they had a physical rash, I would say, you know, go talk to a doctor, go talk to a dermatologist. You might need antibiotics or whatever. The fact that they sold this person a package says one or two things. One, she didn't have a rash, she had something else going on, and they provided her with a treatment option. Or they took advantage of her, which it sounds like they took advantage of this woman because she has no idea what she even bought. It doesn't sound like she had anything done, and it doesn't sound like she opened her product. So most of the times, depending on the company, not the business, the spa, but the skincare line that you're retailing, each company will have their own return policies for a business. So my old place that I worked at, we could not return products. So if a client returned a product and it was open, we couldn't get our money back for that product. But so it was up to us whether or not we actually ate that cost and took it back. Exactly. In my business, the skincare line that I use, my supplier will take open product back. So I will exchange open product, or if somebody has product that's not open, like if a client came to me and she bought a cleanser and she didn't open it and decided she had buyer's remorse, or she went to the drugstore and found something cheaper and she'd rather use that, I would, without a question, if it wasn't open, I would take it back and put it back on the shelf. Like that wouldn't be an issue for me. In terms of a service provided, there is no way to refund a service if the service is already performed. If I gave you a facial, I can't refund you the facial once the facial is done. If you were unhappy with the facial, we can discuss that post-treatment. And if you were not happy with the facial, what was it about? Did your skin react? Or, you know, whatever. But if the facial's been performed, you can't get a refund on a service that's rendered. But it sounds like she hasn't had a service done. So I don't know what these people's return policy is. Most likely they have no refunds or exchanges because that's typical for a spa world to cover your butt when people try to get money back for a service they had. Doesn't sound like she had anything done. So if it was my business and I was in this situation, first of all, I never would have sold her a package in the first place. Secondly, I would have just given her money back. Sounds like just shady business to me.
Is this your card that you used?
That I gave them, my credit card was processed in the studio where they gave me the presentation.
And then they gave you this as your receipt.
And then they gave me,
it was not handed, it was folded and inserted in the bag.
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Ramirez, at the bottom of this receipt, it says no returns, all sales final.
Yes, that's what it says, but I didn't bother to open their receipt. Yes.
Ms. Ramirez, unfortunately, your own proof tells me that you cannot be given a refund today. The contract that you signed, that you brought me, says no returns, all sales are final. And in fact, it only allows exchanges within 7 days. But on its own terms and conditions that you submitted, it says no returns, all sales are final.
Judge, if I may say something?
Yes, Ms. Ramirez.
Okay, when the presentation was given in the studio, there was no transparency from the salesperson saying you cannot return the product. I signed a digital pad in the studio. So I signed before they even showed me the receipt.
Ramirez, but once you had the product and you had your receipt, at any point in that 7 days, did you look at your receipt?
I looked on the next day, I went back. I didn't even open the receipt. I just took the whole bag. And
unfortunately, Ms. Ramirez, I'm afraid that it's plaintiff take nothing, but you can't appeal my decision. The terms and conditions of the receipt you provided me explain to me in its face that you are not entitled to a refund, or you could exchange within 7 days. But I cannot now give you a refund when your evidence tells me you are not entitled to that refund. You can definitely appeal my decision, Ms. Ramirez, but the very receipt you're showing me says you cannot have your money back.
But the point that I'm trying to make here is that when the sale took place in the studio, there was no evidence of me knowing that I was not going to be able to give it back. So it's the way they do in business. They put me in a room, they made the presentation, everything was beautiful. I signed over the credit card in a digital pad. there is nothing on that digital pad stating that I didn't have the right to return it. So it's all about how they are doing business that I'm really upset about it. If they go ahead.
So Ms. Ramirez, if you are silent and you do not ask those questions, you are accepting the terms and conditions. And that is not deceptive. That would be considered a mistake. And that mistake is one that you could have corrected by asking, can I return these things? Can I exchange these? And even if you had not asked and you didn't, on the receipt that you were given in your bag that day, it explained it very clearly. I cannot now set those terms aside. I'm afraid today, Ms. Ramirez, it will be plaintiff take nothing. You have 21 days to appeal my decision. Because you are the plaintiff, you can appeal for $500. If you can't afford that, you absolutely can appeal for free by asking us for an affidavit of inability. Okay? Good luck, Ms. Ramirez. I know that's disappointing to hear.
Yes, it's very disappointing to know that you understand that they put me in a room and I wasn't given the full information. So you saying that the way they're operating is totally legal.
It is, Ms.
That's
Ramirez.
what you're saying. It is not legal.
It
No,
is,
it's
Ms.
not.
Ramirez.
In what way is it legal?
Because you are also capable of asking questions. When you enter in, you were there receiving a service. You had opportunity to choose the service, to say no, or to walk away. You did not, and therefore you are bound by the sales contract. And on the contract, the receipt of it that you showed me, it says no sales, exchanges, or returns.
But did you hear me
Ramirez,
say that the receipt was put in the bag? I did. See the notice. Okay, so what you're saying is because I didn't ask, can I return it before I even sign it? That is my fault. So therefore,
Yes.
I'm liable for it.
Unfortunately, Ms. Ramirez, yes, you must take more responsibility when you're entering into contracts. They did not deceive you.
This is not a contract. It's a
It
sale.
is.
When
Ms.
you
Ramirez,
go to Costco and you
Ms.
buy
Ramirez,
something.
we're done here today. I understand you're disappointed in the result. You absolutely can appeal my decision.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay,
Thank you.
21 days to do that. We will send you that information. Have a good
Thank
afternoon,
you.
Ms. Ramirez. Thank you.
Thank you.
So she's right. The receipt clearly states no refunds, right? So, you know, there's no refunds. And I won't openly tell my clients when they buy product. Like, it's not a conversation where there's no sign up anywhere that tells you return policy. Now, my return policy is on my website and it is on my receipt. But this is the problem that I have with a lot of businesses in my industry. And I don't know about where you guys live, but where I live, there are so many different spas and things popping up. And because people see it as a money grab, right? So it's people spend money to look their best, because when you look your best, you feel your best. And unfortunately, in my industry, there are not as many people like myself who have integrity in my business practices. And this woman got taken advantage of. And I feel really bad for her, because it is what it is. They have written down no refunds or exchanges. But if it was me, I wouldn't have even sold her the package in the first place unless she was fully aware of everything that she was signing up for. And they convinced her to get something. And then they said, too bad, so sad. She didn't even have a service done, which is what really bothers me, is that she didn't physically have anything done. But because of the situation, I don't know, man. Like, they totally took advantage of this woman, and I feel so bad for her, because people will spend money to, especially like people with, I'll use people, for example, people with acne. Like, if you've ever suffered from acne, you know how debilitating that is physically. You know how embarrassing it is. You hate going out in public. You put makeup on. Like, it really can hit your self-esteem. So people spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and they go to dermatologists and they get laser treatments and they do everything they can to help their skin. And then once their acne finally clears up, then they get all these treatments done to help with the scarring. And because it's a self-esteem thing, this woman had a rash. She didn't know what to do about it. She went to what she assumed was a reputable place to get a professional opinion, and they took advantage of her. And that stuff just really irritates me because it's not how you do business. It's not okay. I would never do that to somebody, and it pisses me off that somebody would actually do that to her, but it happens a lot in every industry, but especially mine.
Well,
that's all I have to say. I feel bad for this woman. I do.
Yeah, I do too. What she needs to do is she needs to hire a lawyer and see if the lawyer can find something in the law in Texas that shows what happened to her is refundable. She's not going to win this on her own. The judge is right on her ruling based on that receipt alone, which was the only evidence.
Yeah.
There's like she paid $4,000. The receipt says you're not getting your money back. A lawyer might be able to find something like, something
because the service wasn't rendered, that there might be some sort of a loophole or something like that. Yeah.
Something.
And to go there, I lost it. I had a thought about it was something, or it's gone. It's gone. No, done. That's gonna drive me crazy.
Well, it's gonna drive you crazy the rest of the night because the stream's over. That's it.
Oh well.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on stream.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
I am not used to looking second best on stream. Usually I'm top notch, especially when I have people like Team Skeptic on stream with me.
Whatever.
I had to take a shot.
Thank you everyone for hanging out. I know we've been on forever because we just banter and chit chat back and forth. But I'm really glad we ended with this case because I actually had some input. But this stuff makes me I feel really bad for this woman.
I do as well. And another happy birthday. Happy birthday,
Thank
Heather.
you. Thank you so much.
Nope. Vic, I did not miss it. Okay, look, you know what? I saw it, Vic, and I was going to bring it up before I ended the chat. Vic sent a Venmo. He sent a Venmo, and he said, Colin, you are absolutely right. I do not send money on Zelle. I sent it on Venmo. That was a topic from last night. But Vic, thank you so much for the super chat for Heather. So you got a birthday super chat.
Thank you. I had a great birthday, guys. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you all for hanging out. Big
I remember what I was gonna say. Sorry, I remember what I was gonna say. When she was saying that she went back to the next day of the business and they were telling her that they had to, 1, talk to the person who sold her the product, and 2, she had to call corporate. Like, that was just them passing off to somebody else because they didn't want to give her money back. It's not even if you work for a chain, it's the store's responsibility. It's that spa's responsibility for the day in and day out transactions. So yeah, that's just that was them trying to pass it off because they didn't want to give her money back. And I'm sure the person who sold it to her got commission off of it. So
yep, absolutely. And
I'm glad I remembered because that would have driven me crazy. Okay, all right, I'm good now. We can go.
All right. Heather said we can go, so we can go. Thank you guys for hanging out. Big, and thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome. I almost said welcome to all the raiders. Oh my. Thank you for everyone that came over from Big In. Thank you for all the super chats, the membership milestones, the gifted membership. You guys are awesome. Heather,
thank you so much for all the birthday love, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I had fun. I'm happy to spend my birthday evening with all of you.
Yay.
And with you too, Colin, I guess.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. I have a setup. To raid Jen Hardy tonight. She has a lawyer on her panel tonight. It's my alarm going off to monetize my video. She has a lawyer on her panel tonight. A very, very prominent lawyer. You guys will, if you've not heard of him, you've heard from the company he works for. and she's really excited about it. She told me about it. So we're going to raid Jen Hardy tonight. So jump over there, tell her I sent you, tell her I said hi. And yeah, that's it. Stream's over. I will see you guys tomorrow. Any last words, Heather?
And I will probably not see you guys tomorrow because I'll be hanging out and probably sleeping on my hammock outside because it's gonna be the hottest day so far tomorrow. So and I don't work. So yeah.
Yay, Canada.
Yay, Canada! It's no longer -2. Woohoo! Okay, bye.
All right, everyone, go tell Jen Hardy I said hi. Until next time, bye.
Until next time, bye.